Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's check the chat here. MDP13, hello. How are you doing today? Yeah. So everyone that is here already, I wanted to take a little bit more time today and talk about my new Patreon page. I think I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes here though and see if a few more people jump on. But how are you doing? All right, let's see. Well, now looks like as good a time as ever, so let's just jump into it. But yeah, I announced yesterday that I'm going to be starting and relaunching my Patreon page, where I'll have a few different things, exclusive content, coffee of the month club, a book club, a photo club, all sorts of new stuff that I'm excited to be offering for everybody in the community here. So I figured I'd take a little bit more time today. I'm a little bit more familiar with my live streaming software now, and hopefully won't have as many technical difficulties as we did yesterday. But yeah, I'm gonna be live streaming every day to help promote my new live show I'll be doing on Patreon. Let's see. All right, so I'm just going to jump into it and start covering some of the different tier options here. So I'm going to jump over to the other spot in my computer. But yeah, so what you're looking at right now is my Patreon page, and I just wanted to kind of go one by one with the different options that I'm going to have available. And for anyone that's not aware, Patreon is a kind of support subscription service for creators like me. So it allows you to give a monthly fee, and that helps support me and helps support the channel, but you also get some stuff in return. I spent a lot of time trying to think of some creative and fun things we can all do together with that platform being a little bit smaller and more exclusive. We can do a few things that we normally wouldn't be able to. So yeah, just kind of going one by one here. I reworked, if anyone watched the stream yesterday, I changed up a couple of the tiers and the plans and the amounts. I think it's a little bit better for everybody now. So first tier at $3 a month, you get early access to the channel. I called it Early Access Pass. I get to see all of the videos that I post at least 24 hours earlier than the general public. So you kind of get the first peek at everything, and you also get first in line for any Q&As or AMAs that I might do for the YouTube channel. I'm going to ask everyone that helps support the channel first, because you guys help keep things up and running. So I want to make sure that you get your proper priority. And also in addition to that, I'll have the Patreon feed and kind of different posts and things in there. But you get early access, and you get first in line for any Q&A and AMA sessions. So that's kind of tier number one there at $3 a month. $6 a month, we move into my new live show. So every week I'm going to be doing a live stream just for the Patreon audience. So I'll be answering questions, deep diving into all of the different things. If there's a topic we covered on YouTube that week, maybe I'll talk a lot more on it, because usually I end up cutting out so much just to make sure that the attention's kept and the video's short. So deep dive into some of the topics that we cover on the YouTube videos and answer questions. And I figure we'll all just kind of shape that show and turn it into whatever we want it to be. And you also get early access with that, and that is $6 a month. At $9 a month, you get the early access pass, the new live show every Thursday. And I'll be posting on Patreon, behind the scenes footage of how I set up my shots and how I set up my live streams, and just kind of behind the scenes on, the set here on my YouTube channel. So take a little bit more time and kind of show you behind the curtain a bit. And also with that tier, I'm excited to make, I'm going to be taking some of my landscape photography shots and turning them into postcards. So I'll send you out a handwritten postcard as a thank you. I know $9 a month is a lot. It's almost as much as Netflix. That would really go so far to help me. So I want to make sure and just show my appreciation. So you get a nice handwritten, custom-made postcard from me. You get to see behind the scenes footage. You get access to the live show. You get early access to the YouTube channel. And so those are kind of the first core 3 tiers we have here. And really quick before we keep going, I'm going to jump back into the chat. Let's see. Hello. Lewis asks, what's your politics? I'm one of 3 people watching this. I'll get right back to your question. I'm not a big politics person, though, to be honest, so I'm probably going to disappoint you just a bit. But let me jump right back here. All right, so we have those first 3 tiers there are going to be kind of our basic core tiers that I'll have available. Moving in from there, $30 a month. You get access to everything that we've already talked about. So you get the live show, you get early access, you get behind the scenes footage and photos. And once a month, we will have a Skype call to chit chat, and I'll give you a consultation on weight loss or videography or whatever goal you're working towards. I want to help. I'll give you a kind of one-on-one feedback and support on whatever you're working towards. I thought that would be really fun. I know I get a lot of questions, and I always try and do a really good job of answering them as best I can in comments and DMs and things like that. But that we'll be able to sit down one-on-one, have a little bit more time, whether it's through email or phone or Skype. I thought Skype would be the nicest, but whatever you prefer is fine with me. So you get access to all of that, and then a monthly, conversation and consultation from me. Moving from there, we have the Finer Things Club, and this one is at $60 a month. If anyone is a really big coffee fan, you probably already know, Portland is home to some of the greatest coffee in the country here. So I thought it would be fun to kind of do a coffee of the month where I'll pick out a local Portland roaster here, and I'll ship you out something once a month, and we'll have a nice community chat room. We'll have a book club, and we'll chit-chat about a book every month, and we'll chit-chat about our new coffee every month, and we'll just have a nice little small group. There'll only be 10 people in there. If anyone's a fan of The Office, that's where I came up with the name Finer Things Club. I thought it would be funny. So that is more of, for your coffee lover out there. I'll handpick and ship out a coffee of the month for you every month. And you also get access to the live show behind the scenes and the early access like we talked about before. And last but not least, we have the Photo Club. This comes in at $90 a month. It's a lot, I know, but hear me out. This is what you get. Every month, I will send you out a 16 by 20 fine art print of my photography. So if you follow me on Instagram and kind of like my style and like what I do there, you get a new photo every month. This isn't just a basic, regular print from a grocery store or something. I work with a local print shop here in Portland, and it's just really high quality prints, and I'll be mailing you one of those out every month. In addition to that, I'm going to be making an exclusive video for that photo, explaining how I made it, the kind of story behind it. I'll show you behind the scenes on how I edit the photo, so you kind of get that nice little story along with the picture. So hopefully it'll be that much more meaningful for you. So I thought that would be a really fun way, if you're not someone that likes, a ton of, general merch and, things like that, like me. A lot of people need art for their walls, and I thought that would be a fun way to show some support for me, but also, you get something really cool out of it. Those fine art prints like that, even from a photographer like me would usually go for $100 plus. So you get, a really good deal on it. Most of it's going to the printing cost, but I just love my photography, and I love taking those photos, and thought that would be really cool for everybody. But so those are the different tiers. So you just get charged once a month. You can cancel at any point, and every dollar of that helps, support me, helps support the channel, helps pay for gear, and helps keep things up and running. I love doing this, but it is a little expensive at times, to be honest. And this just helps pay my groceries. It helps pay the bills, and I thought it'd be really fun. But I'm going to jump back into the comments here. Let's see. Looks like Lewis is still chatting here. What's your politics? Like I said, I'm not really a big politics person. I'm definitely a little more liberal than conservative, but I'm not a big, Democrat, Republican sort of person. Don't fence sit. I'm not sitting on the fence. I just don't really care. Josh, you need to be a little more controversial. Get some juices flowing. Fight other YouTubers and such. I've watched your vids for years. That's not really me. If you've been watching my videos for years, I'm not much of a fighter. I'm a big fan of being positive and focusing on positive things. So that's not really my style, but I'm pretty happy with how things are. No need to get into any unnecessary fights. But let's see. Does anyone else have any questions or anything? Let's see. I know Lewis wants me to talk politics, but someone bring up something else. I'm not going to fight Boogie. He is a sweetheart. Why would I fight him? All right. Let's see. Well, yeah, if there aren't any other questions, really, I just wanted to make this kind of as a standalone video. Yesterday's got a little bit messed up, so I wanted to be a little bit more clear and talk about everything and all the new stuff. If you do have any questions about the service or the new content or anything at all, feel free to reach out. But I would strongly ask you to consider supporting the channel if you're a fan of what I do here. I've spent every spare minute of my life making these videos for all of you the last few years, and I want to continue to do that as best as I can. So any support really is going to help keep the channel up and running and help keep me fed and, help things just grow and progress and get better and be able to make more content and better content and be able to hang out more. And I'm also really excited for, that new live show. I think it'll be fun, but yeah. Lewis, you have more questions? What questions do you have for me? What YouTuber can you not stand? There's not really any YouTubers I can't stand, to be honest. If there are people I don't really care for, I usually just don't watch them. So everyone I watch I enjoy, or otherwise I wouldn't watch them. But there's people that I'm not really that interested in what they're making, but it's not because they're bad people or what they're making is bad. It's just, not for me. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Lewis. I'm not going to start getting into fights. You should know me better if you've been watching for years. I'm a peacekeeper. What about e-thoughts? Are e-thoughts specific from regular thoughts? All right. Well, Lewis, I think you're just trolling me a bit. So I am going to sign off, everybody. Feel free to reach out in the comments or something if you have any questions about the Patreon, though, or anything else. As always, more than happy to answer. But really hope you consider going to check out the page. It's patreon.com/JoshFenn. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for another live stream. But otherwise, talk to you later. Have a good one.